excellent. This is the way that it has to be every day. All right. Wonder Woman 1984 is coming out in theaters December 25th, but it's also coming out on HBO Max. Wow. Okay. Let's talk about it. You're watching Mirror Domain's Movie News, your place for entertainment headlines. Now let's just quickly pull up the coming soon article here on the side. Wonder Woman 1984, Gal Gadot and Patty Jenkins talk HBO Max release. Is this a good thing? Is this really a good thing? I don't think so. We'll talk about that. But let's just take a look at what their comments were first. Following yesterday's confirmation that Wonder Woman 1984 simultaneous theatrical and HBO Max releases, director Patty Jenkins and titular star Gal Gadot took to Twitter to share their own statements. And this page here has quickly, brought it up for us. So let's look at Patty Jenkins first. The time has come. At some point, you have to choose to share any love and joy you have to give over everything else. We love our movie as we love our fans, so we truly hope that our film brings a little bit of joy and reprieve to all of you this holiday season. Now, I'm glad that they're keeping the theatrical release date of December 25th. I think that's just awesome. Now, I know that we're in a lull right now, a second wave of this pandemic, and I know numbers have gone down a little bit because, we shut things down a little bit. But I expect by Christmas it'll be ramped up again. And I'll go see it in the theaters. I'll see it in the theaters for sure. But there's an issue with it also being released on HBO Max. We'll talk about that as soon as we get through Gal Gadot's quote here. She said, "It's time," in capital letters. We've all waited a long time for this one to come because it was supposed to come out last year, guys. I can't tell you how excited I am for all of you to see this movie. It wasn't an easy decision, and we never thought we'd have to hold on to this release for such a long time, but COVID rocked all of our worlds. We feel the movie has never been so relevant, and we hope that it'll bring some joy, hope, and love to your hearts. No, Wonder Woman 1984 is a special one for me. I can only hope it'll be a special to you too. Okay, so she just goes on to say that she's putting her heart and soul into it and keep safe during the theaters and everything. It being released on December 25th is not my issue in theaters, but HBO Max, it gives me pause, it gives me concern. Because I feel like, no matter whatever happens, I feel like you should always give the theater at least 2 weeks before you put it on a streaming service, any streaming service. Because that's when most movies will make their cheddar from the theaters. Now, I know it'll be a limited release because of the theater capacity limits and such. But I would still go see it. And I feel like, if it's being released on HBO Max at the same time, and I think I saw an article where it's coming out like a couple days earlier over in other markets, it's gonna get copied, guys. It's gonna get shared online, so people will see the bootleg version regardless. So you're gonna lose out in that respect, and I think that's a bummer because I have the highest hopes for Wonder Woman 1984. I feel like I really wanted to see this movie in the big screen. Well, I can, but I wanted it to succeed enough financially that they could say, yeah, let's continue on with this style. Now, we have to go into this whole thing of, is it a good thing or a bad thing? We don't know just yet. Most people say it's a bad thing, and I feel like I'm on that side because the only way that it could be a good thing is that HBO Max's streaming subscribers go up so much that they can recoup some of the money that they made from this. And this was like easily $150 to $200 million film with marketing and all of that stuff included because they pushed it, they delayed it. I do agree that it's time to release this movie. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. The thing is let's look at some of the good things and the bad things. The good thing is that everybody gets a chance to see it, and you don't have to risk going out into the public to see this movie. And I'm glad that that's a possibility. Financially, I think it's going to be a disaster. I think they're going to be struggling to make their money back. And I hope that's not the case, because I don't think a lot of people will go out in the theater to see it, because people will get it on HBO Max, or they'll just get a bootleg copy. And that's not the way to go with this, guys. Pay your respects. You know, it's only $10-12 or so. Yeah, I would pay that. Now, have movies become bloated overall? Yes. I think we're going to enter a lull here. I'm saying a lull. Some people are saying movie theaters are going to go away forever. No. Don't listen to that hype. That's just hyperbole. Theaters are not going to go away. But I think what's going to happen is that these big blockbusters of that cost $100 to $200 million and put up these huge tent cities and trailer cities to productions, I think that's going to the wayside. We're going to get a lull for a year and a half, maybe 2 years, where big productions like Wonder Woman and all that stuff is going to go away. We're going to go down to about $7 million to $10 million pictures, maybe $50 million at the most, so that theaters can start bringing in these smaller movies, getting people back in the theater. As next year, hopefully, when we get vaccines and stuff, all of that rolls out, people can slowly build back up to being these big blockbusters. But somewhere in the lines, they got to start releasing these things, because they can't keep holding on to them, because they'll be losing money with them. And that's just the way that it is. It's a bummer that this happened. And yeah, COVID, man. Yeah. What a real bummer. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Is this something that, kind of upsets you, or do you think that this can work? Are you happy that you get to stream it at the same time as people see it in the theater, and the same time that people get to see it on their little bootlegs? All right, let's continue on with some more movie news. Tetris has a movie coming out. Did you know that? The movie about the blocks coming down into place to place. Deadline has an article up here. Apple boards Taron Egerton starring Tetris from Stan and Ollie director John S. Baird and Rocket Man producer Matthew Vaughn, who also did the Kingsman movies. So Taron Egerton in a Tetris movie. Really? Can that work? I don't know. Let's just read what it says here. Apple has slotted into Tetris the movie, the story of the groundbreaking video game that has Taron Egerton starring. And that's okay. So what is it? Oh, Egerton is playing Henk Rogers, a Dutch video game designer who first secured the rights to distribute Tetris on consoles. Okay, so it's about the behind-the-scenes stuff. It's not actually about blocks coming down and some weird story like that. It's actually going to be behind-the-scenes stuff. People who developed the game and how he brought that game to the worldwide audience. Okay, well, that's fascinating. I'll be down for that. A Tetris movie scheduled to start early December in Scotland. What do you think? Can it work? I think it can. Let's go over to Screen Rant. Screen Rant is saying that Vision has human genitalia. Confirmed by Paul Bettany. You know, this is why I don't tend to go on Screen Rant a whole lot, because they have these weird articles that are mostly opinion pieces and speculation. Okay, good. Vision has junk. I think we all knew that, because he was with Scarlet Witch. Whatever. Continuing on, let's go to Deadline. There's a quick article about HalloweenKills. Jamie Lee Curtis apparently officiated a wedding for a super fan that dies less than 1 hour after. Now that's a bummer. And you got to give a little bit of a pause there to say, rest in peace. But what's going on here? I'm a big Jamie Lee Curtis fan, and basically what happened is that this Anthony Woodley was married to his longtime girlfriend. He was diagnosed with some cancer, and it was terminal. So he reached out to the production company and asked if he could see HalloweenKills a year before we get to see it. But you know what? When you're in that kind of a situation, I'm happy about the studio saying, yes, let's do this. And I'm really happy that Jamie Lee Curtis came on to show her respects. That's really cool. In a dire situation, a tragic situation. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. HalloweenKills. Moving on. Hollywood Reporter has an article about Angelina Jolie. And yes, I'm an Angelina Jolie fan. She's going to be directing a Don McCullin biopic, Unreasonable Behavior for the working title. Now, Unreasonable Behavior. Well, who's this Don McCullin? Well, it just so happens that this Don McCullin is a British war photographer, and it's being produced by Tom Hardy. Cool. And Dean Baker, under their production banner. They produced Tom Hardy's TV show Taboo. So yeah, okay, well that's cool. What's all this about? The screenplay is an adaptation of McCullen's autobiography, and it says it's an unflinching account of the celebrated British war photographer's life, which took him from poverty-stricken wartime London to some of the world's most dangerous war zones. And you know what? I have the highest respects for these photographers. If you've seen what they do, how they put themselves in peril to go into these wars and chronicle what's happening with the soldiers and documenting what was it really like. They put themselves in peril. I'll show a couple pictures of his work here on the side. He had the eye. He got some really good images, and yeah, I like them. There he is right there. Yeah, I'll be looking forward to this. I have the highest respects for Angelina Jolie as an artist, both in front of the screen and behind. She may be a little bit in hit and miss for some people in the director's chair, but yeah, I'll be looking forward to this one. Looking on to HBO Max, Kaley Cuoco is going to be in a series called The Flight Attendant, and it's coming out on HBO Max next week, actually, but it's also being released on YouTube for free. Cool. That's really cool. You know what? I quickly tried to look for the link, though. Just be warned, if you're not living in I think it's U.S. exclusive. Yeah, see, it's U.S. exclusive. So if you're in the U.S. and you have YouTube, you can watch the first 3 episodes for free. And if you're a Kaley Cuoco fan from The Big Bang Theory, I feel like I did a trailer reaction to this. I'll leave links to that up in the cards above. I liked it because it looks like she gets to stretch herself from the sitcom kind of feel, and I like that. That's really cool. She had a little quote there on Cinema Blend I want to read off to you guys because it kind of conveys what I'm thinking here. Quote, I got to play so many different emotions that I've never been able to do before. I've never had the opportunity, so this was my time. It was cool. In the last few episodes, she really hits rock bottom, and I think I went into the hair and makeup room maybe twice because we just kind of let everything go. And it was so cool because it felt so real and authentic. I'm like, I shouldn't look her best, and you know what I mean? So it was kind of cool to get authentic and real play it as real as I could. Close quote. You know what? This is something that I said about the actors from The Big Bang Theory, is that you're all kind of pigeonholed into a certain mentality of it being a sitcom, because you can't stretch too far into drama, you can't stretch too far into any other emotions, otherwise it doesn't feel like a sitcom. And it's kind of a danger for TV show actors, because once you get pigeonholed like that, then it's hard to stretch yourself in the craft of acting. And I feel like once you watch the trailer, yeah, she's stretching herself, and I want to see her develop as an actor that way. Do these small things, make your jump to the bigger screen in other projects. She's producing this herself. She's an executive producer, and I think that's the way that you have to go. Cool for her. Kaley Cuoco, are you going to watch it? I think I am. Okay, let's move on to the final story of today, and that's Chaos Walking. Chaos Walking is a movie with Tom Holland and Daisy Ridley that was slated to come out, early last year. But it's been kind of in one of those development hells, one of those purgatories, kind of like the New Mutants was. But they have a new trailer out, and we'll talk more about that stuff afterwards, like the production stuff. You're watching Mirror Domains Movie News, your place for entertainment headlines. And this is a trailer reaction for Chaos Walking. Let's just take a look. Mads Mikkelsen is in this? Yeah, it's a sci-fi movie. And apparently it's abstract. Ah, there he is. There's Mads Mikkelsen. She can see his thoughts. And he's never seen a girl? Really? She's a beautiful girl. A new world. Okay. This takes place in the wilderness. Why did it cost so much then? I like your dog. She didn't say anything about bashing him over the head, though. Is that Nick Jonas? If this is in the wilderness, why did it cost so much to make then? I like the cast. The premise is interesting. Some stunt work. Good cinematography. Yeah, I like the cast. Daisy Ridley, Tom Holland. So there are some aliens that come, I guess, right? We saw one there. Ooh, scary. Did that scare you? Coming soon. What is the release date? What is the official release date for Chaos Walking? Just in the description it says January 22nd, 2021. And it says Mads Mikkelsen and Nick Jonas for sure. Directed by Doug Liman. Oh, well, let me know what you thought about this in the comments below. What jumped out at you? What made you go, wow, I want to check that out? The synopsis here says, a young man must protect a mysterious woman in a dystopian world where all females have disappeared. Really? Oh, wow. Then how are all the guys there? Anyway, yeah, we saw that trailer was a little bit abstract. This apparently has a budget of like $100 million plus and was put on the shelf because of the studio executives didn't like it. They wanted to go back for some reshoots, and well, you know how that stuff works. They didn't like it, so they wanted reshoots. But of course, Tom Holland and Daisy Ridley are very busy at what they're doing, so it's hard to schedule that in. Well, that trailer is out, and it's coming out in January, which is just around the corner. What jumped out at you? Did that work for you? Did that make you go, I gotta check this out, man? For me, not so much. Not so much. It was fascinating. It looks like an episode of The Outer Limits. That's pretty much about it. Okay, some of the cast. Mads Mikkelsen is David Prentice, the cruel mayor of Prenticetown. So whatever. It is indeed Nick Jonas as his son, the mayor's son. That's why we saw them together. He did good last year in Midway, so small role. He's building up his resume. The Jonas Brothers fans out there who are looking at Nick Jonas as an actor, yeah, you might want to check this work out. Of course, I'm a fan of Daisy Ridley and Tom Holland. I'll go check this out. Tom Holland is Todd Hewitt, a boy living on the distant planet of New World. Yeah, that's original. That's very original, guys. New World. Yeah. It's fascinating, but it didn't blow me away. It didn't make me go, wow. But maybe I don't need to go, wow, every day. Daisy Ridley makes me go, wow. So maybe I will check this out. Let me know what you thought about it in the comments below. And that's the day that it's been in the realm of movie news. Oh yeah, Mads Mikkelsen, MovieWeb had a quick article up saying that he rejects the Fantastic Beasts 3 rumor that he isn't replacing Johnny Depp. we'll talk about that more as more information comes out. But let me know what you thought about today's stories in the comments below. And let's continue on with some more movie news.